My channel. My name is Tracy, and in today's video, this is my once monthly Lonely Sheetload series. So every Thursday after the sheetload of cards from Crafty releases, I will be doing a Lonely Sheetload live. So, and tonight I'm doing masculine cards, and I've done a little bit of prepping in advance because I really hate wasting your guys' time. So, but you know, you want to see me do some stuff. So I'm going to do 2 cards. I'm going to aim for 2 cards anyway. And what I pulled here is I pulled this paper, and this is from, oh golly, it was in my brain a minute ago, friends. You know where it's from. Paper Rose Studios. So I'm going to start by cutting my pages, and guess what, friends? We're going to take it up a notch, and we're going to use the decal trimmer. And so what I know is that this is directional, okay? So I know that I need, and since I'm only making 1 card, I don't need to worry about, you know, cutting it perfectly, but I know that I'm going to need, and these go, what, I know I keep interrupting myself. These go upside down and right side up, so it doesn't matter, but this one is all right side up. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to take it. If you've never used a decal trimmer, you take it just to the very edge, and you still got your 6 inches, and it's just going to trim off that bit there. And mine's getting a little dull. I've had it for a long time. And then I'm going to cut my 1/4 inch strips, and I mean 3/4 inch strips, and I'm just going to cut 2 of them out of this. So here's this one. So I'm just going to let my words go whatever way they want to go. How about that? Hi, Linda. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Chow. Hi, Jim. Welcome. So let's go ahead and trim a second one. I'm just pulling it at the 3/4 inch mark, chopping it off. And then I'm going to do 2 of this one. And again, I'm going to take it to the very edge, just where it's hanging off the decal. If you get it that close, a lot of times the very last part of it wants to be stubborn. Well, that'll be fine. So I'm going to put it on, and just like your regular trimmer, there are lines. Oh, yeah, I had fun. That was a great show. That was a fabulous show. I like Irene anyway. She's fun. Okay. So I've got the pieces going that way that I need. Now I need 3 1/4 inch strips. I need 4 of those. I don't, no, I need 2 of those. Come on, brain. So we'll go 3 1/4. And then I need a 2 inch strip. And I'm just going to lay these out over here. Okay. Going to trim that edge off. Go 3 1/4. And this one's going to be strictly black and white. And 2. And this trimmer, I realize, is quite noisy. And could you put them together and cut them out? Sure. Will they be perfect? Probably not. Not in my case, but I'm doing it anyway. So first I need to trim off that little edge. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Maddie. Let's see. Thought I says, oh, hi, Susie. Good to see you. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what Stamplistic is, but Stamplistic, I can't even say the word. Okay, I did them 2 together. I don't, now my brain isn't sure if I cut these right. I had a stomach ache all stinking day. I don't know what the heck I ate last night that did not agree with me. Let's see if I have enough. I don't remember if I have enough or not. So this is 4 1/4 by 5, or 4 by 5 1/4. This is some Brutus Monroe paper, and it's foilable. It foils okay. You know. So we're gonna look here at our sketch, and I know that I need to come short ways down here, and I'm a bottom right starter. That's just how I roll. So I know I need these two to go right here. And so they have enough difference. And I'm going to kick it up a notch by edging these. Oh, thanks. I will. Oh, cool. Is that that must be somewhere in Ohio then, Linda? Or I don't know. I'm geographically challenged, friends. Well, and I didn't get my OPN today. I got busy. I wanted to make sure that I was, pretty much prepped for this live. So I can start with these two. And I don't have my Pear Blossom Press ruler yet, so once I get it, though, I'll definitely be using it for this purpose. Where did I put my glue? Okay. I'm going to start by gluing these two short little pieces down. Or not. Apparently not. I must have left the top off my glue for too long earlier today when I was messing around. So I do want to keep in mind which ones I'm trying to use here. There we go. So we're going to select this one for the outside piece always. Come on, glue. There we go. So just using the decal trimmer already kind of gives it a little bit of a masculine feel. And then doing it in just black and white. 9 miles from you. Oh. Let's get in liquid glue for me, friends. I don't get along with my other, so we need to have about an equal space there. And this one's a little bit shorter, but it doesn't matter because it's deckled, so no one will ever know. Okay, so let's get and I'm just using some black soot distress ink here on the edges. My next card, you guys, you're gonna trip. Because I changed up the sketch just a little bit. Just a little. Okay, let's get that nice and even there. And then it should be these wordy word ones. Okay, yeah, I did cut out enough. I was worried. Ah, brains. I know I'm gonna love it. I mean, I have the other one, but I'm typically an 1/8 or 1/4 inch person, and so the measurements on that one, you know, I can't wrap my brain around. The A2 one. Let's make sure that these are equally spaced like these. Okay, then we've got these guys coming down. This sketch couldn't be easier. Gosh, I wish we had some sort of a crafty place like that around here. That'd be so cool, but we don't, so. Did I recall in my travels, long before I started this, next door to my eye doctor was a scrapbook store that I stepped into, but back when I first decided I was going to stamp years ago, There was only wooden stamps, and I could never do them right. I just couldn't. So I said, nope, this isn't for me. I mean, I have my quilting rollers and stuff, and I could get it. I mean, I have like this ruler right here has quarter inch, half inch. So, you know, but it doesn't have an eighth inch. Well, it kind of does actually. See, there's the lines here. This is why quilting rulers are quilting rulers. Let's see. Okay. See which way I want this to go. And I like this sketch also, portrait. Hi, Pam. I'm so envious of all of those folks that got to go to Paper Ganza. But I'm glad y'all had a good time. It sounds like you made a lot of neat friends and really had a lot of fun. Yeah, if you have a decal trimmer, but you know, I mean, there's alternatives. You can just rip your paper. Okay, and then I have this kind of gray matte layer or background layer that I'm going to use. And then I'll glue that down to a card base. So I'm just going to glue this down and then I can continue on because I do need to do some stamping and a little bit of fussy cutting. Because I went through my stuff and discovered this right here is where I need one of those 1/8 inch ones the worst. Getting these sides even. I can do it pretty good by eye, but okay. So I went through my stash and I found this stamp set. So you can count on Tim Holtz for masculine. I thought since it was all scripty that I'd stamp out this typewriter and maybe one of these words. So let's do that. I'm going to grab my regular Misty here. And I'm going to stamp this just on a piece of white cardstock. Oh, let me see if that'll fit on one of my scraps. I have scraps, friends, for a reason. But it won't. Nope. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. Is this a scrap? Whatever. Whatever. Short ribs in the oven. Yep, scissors or a distress tool. Yep, any of those. Any of the above. Let's put the lid on this so that we don't have an issue in a minute. And I think, yeah, I think I want this nice crisp black. So I'm going to go with my Simon Hurley Stellar in the Black Widow. I think I already need to re-ink this. Now I'm kind of hungry, so I must be feeling better. I didn't eat any lunch because I was feeling funky, but feeling it now, friends. And let me just stamp one of these, and let's make these both birthday cards because why not? I have not even used some of these stamps in this set that I bought. Shame on me. Let's move that aside for a moment. I don't know. I was going to have chicken tacos. Then I lost my appetite. Now I have it back. So probably after my live, I will make chicken tacos. And I just use ground chicken. All right, let's get these cleaned off a little so I don't make a hot mess everywhere. These are the things you don't see when we pre-record videos. Cleaning everything. All of a sudden the desk is perfect and you're like, wait a minute. That's why it takes so long to do pre-recorded videos, because you're cleaning up as you go to move on to the next step, so there's not a bunch of distractions sitting on your desk. Don't drop on the floor, you. All right, let's get this out. And I cut a piece of, this is some Pear Blossom Press vellum, and it's iridescent, but it's still white, so it's gonna go here. And I haven't even decided if I want to make this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it landscape. Okay, so now it's time for fussy cutting, friends, but it won't take me long. I'm pretty quick. Hey, Nima. I did see the 49th and Market has the ink pads. I looked at them very closely. Like I have any business buying any more ink. I don't. This one's pretty easy to cut out, too. I'm sure I have several typewriter stamps, but I do like the Tim Holtz ones with the little, you know, old style stuff and things. I do want to get in this little tiny spot here. I know that seems weird, but that's just how I like my fussy cutting. I think Simon Says Stamped has a die set for this, but I honestly am not buying dies anymore. I get them, you know, like from Trinity Stamps and stuff, but I'm not buying them anymore. They, yeah, it depends on the foam ink stamp, ink pad, and what you use it for. You know, if you use them for swiping, definitely it's going to be need to be re-inked pretty soon. I can't really answer. I don't use them a lot. I mean, until I got the Simon Hurley ones, I had some Catherine Puller, but I never really used them because I just prefer the felt ink pads. But these foam ones are great for stamping, where the Simon Hurley felt ones weren't so great for stamping. You could still do it, and I've showed you lots of tricks on how to get a good stamping out of, you know, Simon's inks with my these guys. Magic mushrooms. No kidding. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Hi, Glow. Ugh, I'm focusing, friends. I'm not going to tell you how to fussy cut because you've seen it done a million times. You know how to do it. If you ever, but listen, if I ever leave you with questions from my lives, because I realize that I do get new viewers, you know, never hesitate to ask me in the comment section. And I look at my comments just about every day, unless there's something wrong with me or I'm somehow busy, but I'm almost never too busy for that. This is going to be the tricky part right here, but we'll get it. And here's why, because this big old piece hanging over is going to get in my way. So let's just cut this way. I have a little bit of problem cutting from the right-hand side because I can't see where I'm cutting. I also don't want to bend up my paper. This is some thick cardstock. This is 120 pound. I probably have some of the Tim Holtz ephemera that's a typewriter too, come to think of it, but that's okay. So, you know, what's fun is you can just use what you have, use your imagination. And especially when you're working on a masculine card, I owe people birthday cards for days. There, I like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and just make this cohesive with the rest of it. I'm going to come around it with just whatever black soot ink is left on my little pad. And you can see that I just got a bunch on my fingers. And if I ever ask you, wonder why I get so many fingerprints on my stuff. Okay. Let's cut out this happy birthday. 29 hours to drive to her house. Yeah, I cannot buy ink pads anymore. It's just, I have enough. That's all. Now, if somebody gives them to me, well, yes, and I will definitely use them. So I'm going to decal trim this cinnamon as well. It's a little tricky when you get into smaller areas. But it can be done. I also have decal dies around here somewhere. Okay. Got my parts. Kind of clean up here just a little bit so you guys aren't distracted. This is distracting, I know. Trust me. I made a junk journal insert today and it was a million pieces of very thin paper. It took me forever. Go ahead and edge this piece too, and then we're ready to put this thing together. So will I put it on a card base? Probably not. I don't know. So you can see that my typewriter pretty much outshines my circle there. But the plan here is to kind of stagger these like so. Let go. So that I have to look up there to see how I want the staggering to happen. So I want to pop them up. I do like the stuff pop. Okay, so back up here, because if I'm going to pop up, I'm going to need to have this on a card base, because that's just that. See, okay, good. I have a side folder. Because trying to glue it down onto a card base after it's been things have been popped up is just a nightmare. Am I destabilizing ink pads? What do you mean? I'm confused. You mean destashing? You never know with autocorrect, auto incorrect. The only thing you do know is that it's never duck. Okay. Sure, put that on there properly. All right, now I can. See, I don't want to glue this down until I have this popped up. I feel like I just have an urge for just a hint of color on there. What do you guys think? No, am I destat? Well, I mean, I've thought about getting rid of my Catherine Puller ones, but you know, a lot of them are dry, and you know, I don't want to sell somebody something that's ends up being funky NASA. Let's see. I think this will be fine. Now, I think I want something a little bit more stable. I've got, yeah, this will work. This is just some foam pads that I put the scrapbook.com double-sided tape on because they didn't have any tape on them at all. I don't buy a re-inker because it's just not budget friendly for me. So I don't have a lot of re-inkers, believe it or not. Now, this thing is just going to have to hang wild because there's no way I'm going to get tape on there. Just no stinking way. Okay, let me think this through here. Come here. I want to go like this. Kind of do. No. Let's go. All right, let's put a magnet down. Make sure I have this kind of in the position I want. And trust me, I'm mostly eyeballing it. I'm going to lay a magnet because this has tape that'll attach to both the card and the vellum. Ah, don't touch it yet. This stuff is super sticky. So it's down, friends. It is down. And now I can just add a little bit of glue up underneath there. What I don't really want is I don't want my vellum to get mushy. You know, okay, we're going to pop that up right there. I'm not crazy about where I put that. It's all right. I'm stuck with it now. See what you did? See what you did. I'm looking for more of that. There we go. I think I might have cut that too wide. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ooh, I hear thunder. It's been a while since we had a storm. God, it was nice, like in the low 80s the last couple of days. I've been saying yes, thank you. I think I'm gonna go right there with it, and I'm gonna put some liquid glue on here because if you lay this stuff down, it's down. It's stuck to everything forever. The scrapbook.com double-sided tape. The sticky one. The sticky one. Okay, let's lay this straight on here. Okay, so I asked the question before, and I didn't read the answer, so let me go back. Yeah, you could stick it at the top of the typewriter like it was typed, but it's a little big. Color. Should I add some color or no? I'm scrolling back. You want to see what it might look like with a pop of color on there. And keep in mind, it's masculine, so I don't want to put pink. And honestly, I don't want to put red because honestly, most of the men in my life don't like red. I'm like, what is wrong with you? How could you not like red? But they don't. So in that case, ooh, you know what'd be really cool on here? Gears. We're not going there. Okay, there's one masculine card done. I don't want to color the keys because there's too much chance of me messing it up. I'm thinking more of just a simple, and I think it would have to be maybe pops of color. And I'm thinking green. I know that seems strange. Green or blue? No, 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 no. I don't think I have any blue. How could I not have blue? Stickles, pops of color. Ooh, what's this? Hang on. Excuse my reach, friends. I have this little enamel accents. Yeah, the black and white is good. Let's just test this here on a piece of scrap. Nope, it's too runny. I will have an accident. We're going to leave it just like it is and move on to the next card. So there is one masculine card done. Now, my next card, friends, is tricky. So, can I find the little tray that I have everything in? Yes, I can. So what I've done here, and I've cut 1/4-inch strips. I've cut out the happy birthday and a couple of layers. This is a Simon Says stamp, happy birthday. It was coordinated with their box card several years ago. So I've got these colors chosen. And what my decision here is that I'd like audience help with is whether to put it on this sort of fake burlap looking card. And this is just the back side of this, or the solid green. And I use solid strips because when you're using 1/4 inch, it really brain, where'd you go? You're gonna have to have a really teeny tiny pattern on your paper. So I'm gonna lay these down on each one and you guys decide which one I should use. Blue and then brown. So there's that set. And then let's pull it. We've got the green. We've got the sort of red. We've got the off-white. We've got the blue. And we've got the brown. Hey, Jana. Hi, Gloria. So what do y'all think? I kind of like it with this one for a masculine. Because it looks like, I don't know. It's not really textured. It feels like it is, but it's not. I mean, it is a little bit. It's almost like this paper is painted. If I knew how to do a poll from here, I would do it, but I don't. You like the gray? This is actually a green gray, but you're right. It's gray. Or this one, the darker, or this one. Yeah, scraps of paper are fabulous. Quietly yelling Jana's name. The textured look. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to the textured look too. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So these are each cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go the same thing I did before, but different, because 5 of these does not equal 2 3/4 inch strips. So what I'm going to have to do, thank you everybody for your votes, is I'm going to have to space these accordingly. And this is going to be strictly by eyeball, friends. So if it doesn't work, fire me. And this is also textured paper, by the way. So I thought about rounding the corners on these, but I went, nah, I think maybe not. Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be going that way. Okay, let's just get this one glued down because I've already got glue here. See, I'm already breaking things. I'm supposed to be going Well, I can do that if I want to. It's just the opposite direction. Okay, I'm going with it. I've done it now, so I'm gonna have to go with it. Ah, good thing these are scraps. Hey, Cece, long time no see. Yes, I'm making this is called the Lonely Sheetload, and I'll be doing this once a month, where I'll make just 1 or 2 cards using the Sheetload sketch of that month, since I'm on this Sheetload team. And loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I am loving it. So this is how much space I'm leaving between. Is it a measured space? No, it's an eyeballed space. Hey, Mary. The main thing is I'm just trying to make sure that the left edges are nice and even. You can see that I didn't cut these perfectly. No big deal. Don't beat yourself up. I'm talking to me, by the way. You can see this one's a little on the thin side. It'll be fine. I would say that's about, oh, it's not a 16th, but it's, I mean, close. As long as you get them evenly spaced. Your hubby had a dog over for what we call a meet and greet to discuss a possible stay. Oh, that's wonderful. I would love to have guest cats. I don't know about guest dogs. Elvis would never shut up, and that would just make me insane. He doesn't like other dogs. So now we're going to go short side. And I'm going to follow the same pattern with colors. Oh. Okay, that's what I need to do is pay attention up here. Okay, then red. Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan of a yappy either. And that's Elvis, especially if Mike goes outside and didn't take Elvis with him. He will sit there and just yip, 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 yip. I'll call it Michael. Come get this dog before I bunt him. I would never, but sometimes I feel like it. So this might seem like, oh gosh, T, that's a lot of work, but you know what? I'm using up scraps. I'm not really. I actually cut these out on purpose, but typically you could. Hey, Karen. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Okay. Yep, it is. So just another way to get a different look from your Sheetload sketch. Brown. My problem is trying to pick these things up. It's Friday Eve. You know, the only reason I ever know what day it is because I've got my medication days of the week thing. I feel like I might have needed to space these a little better. Let's look. No, we're okay. We're good. Lovely. Yeah, it's Friday for some people. And these are way uneven. I had a thought in my mind of graduating these, and I thought, nah, that's way too much work. Way too much work. Okay, red. Thanks, Glow. That's the point in it being a lonely sheet load, because would I do 8 cards like this? No. Not a chance. Red, okay, off-white. And the colors that I chose, I mean, I hate to be gender specific on it because I like these colors too, but they are more masculine. There's no pink, there's no purple. There's no red. Come on, I could pick this up. I could try. There we go. Are these perfectly even? No. Does it matter? Not really. Okay, last row of C, because I've got these way over. Doesn't matter. No one will ever know. Hi, Karen, the other Karen, Karen T. Welcome. Okay, then red. And this isn't really red, it's more of a burnt brick. A burnt brick? A brick. Blue. Make sure I get these in order. It's not that many. I should be able to do it. But you never know. And it's geometric, so that kind of is more attractive to the male eye than like something floral. At least the males I know. I'm not gonna again generalize because who knows? You never know. I got it. Now, I'm gonna make this card go portrait. So I need a card base for it. Let me see here. What do I have? Not if I have a black one. That's blue. Do I want to do a deep blue? Nah, maybe. I'll think about it. I know I don't have anything to match any of these. Let's try this shade of blue. Oh, yeah, I'm good with that. I love this color of blue. I have no idea where this came from. Yeah, like a retro bowling shirt, exactly. Or, yeah, just something that's a little retro, but yet not grungy. Much. Okay. Then I've got my vellum circle. Got my happy birthday that I need to put together. I'm going to glue this kind of thinner piece, and all of this textured paper is from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop in their Encore line. I've done some designing for them, so I've gotten lots and lots and lots of it. I show you how I keep it. I cut it down to 6 by 6, and I made this little box. This Crafty Critta paper, by the way. And I keep it in rainbow order in this box. And then I got scraps in another place, and then I have all the specialty papers in a you know, one of these kind of boxes that I taped up. Okay, back to business here. Okay, so got my happy birthday, and what I want to do, I want to go a different route with that. Let me just grab a piece of anything. Let's grab this Ziploc bag right here. What am I running over that's not letting my wheel turn? Okay, I'm just gonna spread some glue out here. Use my finger to kind of spread it out. I'm going to take my whole sentiment and dip it in there. Trying not to touch it with my finger. And the reason why is because this black paper will show every bit of glue. Let's just set that aside. Let's make sure I get that on there straight-ish. Close enough. Gonna want to pop this up. I think I'm gonna do dual pop-ups. So I'm first gonna pop this up on the vellum, and I'm gonna pop it on some lower profile foam tape. Grab this stuff from Scrapbook. Watch me totally cheat and just take a bunch of pieces at once. Okay. Oh, thank you. You know what? I should do that, Karen, because I have a bunch of silicone baking brushes. I think I have seen that one time. There's this one lady I follow. She's a junk journaler, and she does a lot of crazy stuff using dollar store stuff. I can't think of her name right now. Glue, paper, scissors, or something like that. And I think I've seen her use that. I don't know why I'm putting glue on here. Oh, yes, I do, because I want a little bit of wiggle room, but I am going to kind of spread it around and then use my rag that you can't see to wipe my finger off. And this pretty much fits in the circle. Da-da. And do I want to pop my circle up? I think I do. Dollar something. Yeah, I don't know how much that store is now. I was gonna have Mike take me today, but yeah, I changed my mind. Okay, I'm looking for my super low profile foam tape. Oh, there's a bunch of scraps on here. Let's use those first. I should try that while you guys are watching. I can go grab one. Need just another little square right there. Let's see, am I gonna like it? Yes, I am. So, you know, going with the bowling theme, and I love that idea. If you had little like bowling embellishments, like little bowling pins, that'd be fun to put on there. Going to the dollar something tomorrow. Yeah, I was gonna go today and I just didn't feel like it after Mike and I went to Walmart and went shopping and you know, that's always fun because they've always got everybody in the middle of the aisles stocking things when you're trying to shop. Okay, and yeah, I like that nice low profile. There we go. There's our second card. You like it? I do. I really like this. Something quite different. Let's get that silicone brush. Hey, Abraham. You know what? Mike does that to me too when I'm watching a live, and eventually I'm just like, okay, I give up. I'm just not going to watch anymore because he doesn't go away and he doesn't get the hint. Sorry, Mike, if you're listening. Hang on one second. So you guys are talking about one of these. Oh, I see what my chair is running over. It's running over my scraps. And so you cut off the bristles all the way. Waiting for any thoughts while I move stuff out of the way. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is a Tim Holtz stamp. I'm just curious about this. Cut the bristles off to about 3/8. Okay. Now, me cutting something evenly, that's a funny joke. Let me do it over my trash can. Yeah, they're not even at all. They're close though. Like that. How am I going to get that to go? The more I cut it, the more I'll lose. You know what I mean. It's like giving yourself a haircut. Cutting, at least me cutting my bangs. Pretty soon I end up looking like Mo. All right, let's test this out. What am I going to do? Are they putting the glue on this, or are they putting it on a surface and then brushing it on? Let's try. Let's try with a little piece of this sliver of this black onto a little piece of white, just so I can see. Thanks, Jay. Okay, put the lid on. Like dotted on like that. Maybe. Let's see. Pick it up with your tweezers. Stick it on. I'll have to look for it because, yeah, I'm curious. And now that I have done this, hey, Flo, thank you. All right, so wrapping it up. Yeah, I wish I had some. Do I have any bowling pins? Even just like die cuts, bowling pin die cuts. I know that I know Spellbinder. I know you Spellbinders people have some. And then, you know, I haven't done anything on the inside. This is a Tim Holtz stamp set, and I just fussy cut the typewriter. And this I decal trimmed instead of cutting with a straight cut. And this is our lonely sheet load for August 2025. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you soon. I'd love to see your creations. You know, I do have a community post tab where you can actually post your stuff so that I can see it and all of my people can see it. I'd love to see you posting. Let's zoom in so you can see see the cards a little bit better. Anybody have any questions? Thank you so much. You did. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I try to keep them under an hour. I really do like to value everybody's time. And I know I like to go and hang out on Diane's channel in about an hour because I'm going to make tacos. Maybe. Thanks, everyone. Well, I will see you guys around the rooms. Be back tomorrow morning with Dawn for our junk journal series. Um, just so you're aware, if you're not, you know, familiar with my channel, I am a card maker, but I'm also a journaler. And so on Friday mornings, I meet up with my friend Dawn and we do junk journaling on Fridays. So it's a little different, but it's fun and I think you should try it. Take care, everybody. Bye. Pam.